The following podcast episode might contain coarse language and subjects not suitable for younger audiences. Your discretion is advised.
Hey Milo, look, I'm a superhero now, so I can narrate your next story.
Aw, that's cute. You can narrate other stories that aren't mine.
But
After all, I made my stories.
I'm the narrator.
And that's super. But the superhero ones are reserved for me.
Why?
I can think of one reason.
Milo, your stories are so amazing!
Of course. Live from a not-so-sleepy little town comes a podcast for a mobile game. Really? Anyhow, your hosts, a content creator and an artist trying to come up with wild ideas while also talking about whatever. It's the Goosebumps HorrorTown TerrorVision podcast!
Well, don't know how to start this episode, that's for sure. One thing I will say, though, is I do want to make an apology. The last episode, we didn't start off with a meme like we usually do. But that's usually because we've been busy. And this would probably be the same thing here. That's why this episode you got, like, a past joke previously. But anyways, learn to expect that. Slappy Summer is very disappointing in that aspect. But, hi. Grimm's here yet again for the second half of the Slappy Summer, and this is the last part to Slappy Summer. After this episode, you guys are back in school, which sucks to be you, but hey, everything comes to an end eventually, right? Which feels like what's going to happen with this game, but until then, let's hope not, but we'll see. So anyways, I'm here with, trying to think, who are you again?
I'm Cosmo, and I'm Wanda, and we're your fairy godparents.
Yay!
Yay.
Parents, very odd parents.
Wands and wings, floaty, crowny things.
Yeah. Like, I forgot the wrist thing again. It's like, it was llama juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate shake. And like, it's been so long, but just trying to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun. Anyways, how are you?
I'm trying to fight off some sleep, but otherwise I'm pretty good. Yourself?
Good. Been very, very busy with this channel of sorts. As you know, we've been in a basic null period of nothing fun happening over at the Pixel place. And I feel like this might be when we officially have the ending of the game per se, but not the ending to this podcast. So even if this game does officially is dead, right? So again, the doomsday clock is ticking. The way I look at it is that if we don't get a Halloween update, then the game is officially dead. Because even back in 2021, and every year, we hadn't Halloween updates some way, shape, or form. Last year, kinda we did, but not really. But, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But anyways, what should we talk about before we get to the main thing?
Hey, Benson, did you hear about the drama?
Depends on what drama we're talking about.
Ooh, I got some juicy drama, Benson. The first one I want to talk about is Vshojo.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about that for a minute. I don't know, when you say drama, I'm just reminded of like Drama Alert. It's like, hello, Drama Alert Nation, I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news.
Yeah, I'm not going to respond with a no. Anyway.
The gnomes are back. Yeah.
Anyway, so there's some Vshojo drama.
Yes.
During the time of this recording, and the Vshojo drama is that apparently Vshojo has been in trouble for embezzlement of charity funds.
Yes. So What happened is Iron Mouse is probably one of the biggest like VTubers as of now, like for sure. She basically left Vshojo. I can't say the name properly, but that in that
V Vshojo.
yeah that because of the fact that she wasn't getting paid, but then also when it basically exposed the fact that the charity she did a stream for didn't get paid either, and they was like, oh boy, that's even worse, right? And I think she ended up doing another kind of fundraiser thing just to raise the money back for the money that they basically stole or embezzled. And I
Yeah,
think it
and a
did,
lot of other VTubers have also chimed in on helping her out.
and it ended up having them raised up to $1 million, so double the amount that they raised previously.
I mean, that was a big middle finger to Vshojo right there.
Basically, yeah. So the whole shit show, and this was a big drama because Vshojo for a while was supposed to be the better industry thing because there were other companies within like Nisanji, I think that was another one that got into huge
Well,
drama.
Niji Sanji was like before the whole Vshojo shit. Niji Sanji was like the worst VTubing company ever because
Yeah,
the thing about Niji Sanji is that when you're a VTuber and you earn one of those YouTube plaques, you don't get to keep any of that. That goes directly to Niji Sanji.
yeah, which is stupid.
I know, right? Like there was also like because there was this one, I think it was Doki Bird. I think she used to be in Niji Sanji at one point
Yeah,
before she
this was the point of drama.
left and became Doki Bird.
Yeah,
Uh, she joked about, oh, you know, it'd be funny if I just swiped my own plaque back. Ha ha ha. And they just basically said, no, don't fucking do that.
yeah,
And I think she got like kicked out of the building for that. It's like, oh shit.
yeah. But yeah, Iron
I
Mouse
mean, it
is
was only a joke.
Yeah, Iron Mouse is
Streaming.
particularly interesting because unlike the other VTubers who usually can come, like most of them like to keep their anonymity, but there's been some who go out in public and actually show themselves like what they look like. Like I think
Case
Buff,
one is a very good
like
example.
Buff Puck is another example, yeah. But yeah, but with her, it's a different story with her because I think she suffers with a immunity disease, which results in her being able to get sick very easily. So she's basically bedridden, like she's basically stuck at home, roughly. So,
Yeah.
and the
I
fact,
think it was like an immunity deficiency or something.
yeah, sounds about
As like
right.
celiac.
Yeah, something along those lines. The
Because
gist
I
of
have a friend who is something like that too.
yeah, not fun.
No.
I feel bad for them, but yeah,
But
she,
fortunately, a lot of people have been in support of Iron Mouse, which is awesome, and have been completely shitting on Vshojo for their incompetence, which is also awesome.
the one
And yeah,
The one thing I'll say is that I'm surprised she's allowed to keep her image because most of the time, whenever they leave, they get graduated and they're no longer allowed to use that image anymore. Kind of like what happened with what the example we talked about with Doki Bird, I think her name was, or something along those lines.
well, the thing from what I understand is that the graduation part is mainly the company letting them go as opposed to the VTubers just up and quitting.
Yeah, but they had the rights. I think like they usually have the rights to the characters per se that they play as, so they're not allowed to.
I mean, not for Shoujo anymore.
No, which is lucky for her because, the amount of money she spent, like, spent in her own pockets to get avatars and whatnot done of her character.
Well, not only that, but if I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to spread any fake news, I don't want to spread any fake news, but I think if I'm not mistaken, Vshojo may have been filing for bankruptcy because of the whole debacle.
I think yeah, there's been drama within like there's a YouTuber who's a VTuber of sorts called he basically goes into drama stuff. Like he used to do stuff for guys Genshin Impacts, and then he started doing drama in like everything that's been going on. And he is going to
Well,
be
there's only
making.
two that comes to mind, so you're gonna have to
He's
help
going to
me
be
figure out
making.
which one.
He's
There's
going to be making a video.
Hirohei, there's Hirohei, and there's Rev.
I don't think it's any of those. It's actually someone else. It's
Oh, really?
yeah.
Because I
Hold
know
on.
that in terms of like VTuber drama, those two in particular are the most hated, and all they ever do is just read what's on a screen, and they just get like a bunch of flack for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I actually watch both of them.
His name is Mujin. So Mujin. So this guy's been a he's been doing degeneracy of those afflicted by ADHD. So basically what he does is that he does videos talking about drama that's been going on either from like the last game he talked about or the last video he talked about as a recording of this podcast, which is on July 26th. He talked about the chaotic history of the horse game that took over the world. You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh,
But
yes,
anyways,
the Uma Musume.
yeah, so he also talked about how an unhinged VTuber's termination exposed a predator, Nisanji's yeah, so again, he's the one who also broke the
Oh, of
Nisanji's.
course it's Niji Sanji.
Yeah,
God
but
fucking
anyways,
damn it,
he's
Niji
in the
Sanji.
middle. He basically commented on his post. He's like, if you think I'm not going to talk about the biggest drama about this thing, you're dead wrong. I'm going to be making it. So at some point, he'll probably be making the video actually going in depth with what the fuck happened, the fact that they're bankrupt now, and what must have happened behind the scenes because he seems to do his research properly. So it'd be interesting just to see how this whole thing turns out. So if you're curious, I would advise you to check out his video on the subject matter because he most likely would have gotten most of the story out by now. But again, by the time you see this or hear this, it's old news by this point, but it's
Yeah.
still kind of fresh now because it's like a 1 month
Okay.
after the
Yeah.
fact.
I did find this thing on Bloomberg.com where it says that Vshojo, which represented popular so-called VTubers, charismatic anime avatars operated by real people, closed its doors on Thursday, according to a posting by Justin Ignacio. Ignacio, right? He was like the founder and chief executive officer of the Vshojo. They quote unquote ran out of money, so chances are they are going to be filing for bankruptcy.
What I understand with the whole the charity thing is that they basically took the money, they took it to investors because look how much money we got. Why don't you invest? And then they end up running out of it, and that's why they got fucked over. So I think them going bankrupt is their way of also trying to. I don't know what's going to happen now. This is going to be like this is a like basically this comes to a point where if you want to become a VTuber, do it by yourself, do your own thing because
Yeah,
there's no point.
right.
Don't go into fucking like there's no positives with doing it from a company or a I should um
Yeah, an
agency.
agency basically.
Yeah, especially from Japan because they're infamous for the way the pop culture is kind of that and K-pop is a prime example of like the
Well,
toxicity.
the thing about Vshojo is that this is actually Vshojo is actually founded in San Francisco.
Oh,
So this
well,
is an American company.
I see.
We don't want to confuse it with like Hololive or nothing.
Yeah.
As far as I know, Hololive doesn't seem to have any controversies, except for like letting away or letting go of like Garguro, which upset a lot of people.
Yeah. And I remember a lot of people were like, that was a sad day when that happened. It was just like, yeah, because she was one of those first, she was the first kind of VTuber that blew up in America because most VTubers are like Japanese exclusive, but this one was like,
Well, yeah. Well, the thing about Gargura is that she is like naturally Japanese, but
yeah, yeah, of course.
um, I guess she also does like a bit of English. So I guess she just like fun for all
The,
languages.
the cute shark girl who's famous for doing that ah thing. Yeah.
I like the first Gargura stream I actually remember being a part of was when she was playing the fucking sorcery game. I trying to remember what it was. It was like a VR game where
Yeah.
you get to like make potions and cast spells and shit. I also know that Vshojo did Nux Taku's dirty too.
Yeah, Nux Taku though is a different can of worms though, especially with the drama he was involved with. But I'm just like at the same time, it's just like what the things he do is just like I'm not surprised either, right?
Well, he does like to dip himself into all the as he calls the endless content.
And he was the one too. I think there was a drama with him before the whole thing happened where he was talking about like he was exposing like he was like talking to the public about there was a scam going on within the agencies, and he was talking to the agency itself to try to help prevent the VTubers
Yeah,
getting
that,
yeah, and
yeah.
then they got upset by that.
No, it wasn't that. They thanked him for it, but for some other reason, they canned him for an entirely different reason.
Yeah. So
They
again,
apparently they apologized since then, but
yeah, I know, but yeah,
I mean, like, how do you like backstab someone like that who like try to help you out of from like scammers and shit, right?
yeah. His whole shtick though is just like I show porn to these YouTubers. How do they react?
Well, that used to be the case, but
That
now
used
he's
to be
more
before.
into like you know he's more into dunking on Hassan Piker, which he has like a
Well,
whole franchise going on called Hassan Piker is insert number percent fucked.
yeah, it's just it's a drama. It's drama. Try to
Drama, drama,
change,
drama.
change it, or drama, 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 drama. Yeah,
Drama, 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 drama. But speaking of drama, there's more.
like the Muppets.
Well, if you want to talk about the Muppets, sure, go. Go
So
ahead.
do that first, and then the other stuff. So it's not really drama, but if you recall last episode, I talked about how I wanted to talk about something else, but we talked so much about FNAF and other dumb things. Yeah, so yeah, and the mimic especially. But one of the things I want to talk about was the Muppets per se and how Disney's been fucking with them for a long. Like they don't give a shit about the Muppets, which is so sad. And the show
They
that
don't
you're
give a
just
shit about a lot of their IPs.
I know. And what's stupid about it too is that this is the 70th anniversary for the Muppets themselves as a concept. So it's just like they're trying to celebrate it with merch and I'm just like magnets and whatnot. But I'm just like this is the only fucking thing. Like if it's like merch, they fucking care. Like they'll just slap the Muppets on it. But anything else, they don't fucking do shit with, right? Like shows and whatnot. Nah, they don't care. And it's like the legacy and the biggest fallout, which was last month, which back in June, was that the last project that Jim Henson worked on, which was Muppets Vision 3D, which he died before that thing actually like finished. So he filmed it, right? So this was the last thing that he played as Kermit with. Um, that
Right.
whole thing, like it was standing there, and it was basically kind of like a legacy thing where it's just like, this was Jim's last thing before he died. And they're like, nah, we're getting rid of that fucking shit to make way for fucking Monsters Inc. Because God forbid we need to theme everything now because Epic Universe is kicking our ass.
Well, let's be fair. Everything is kicking their ass.
I know everything they do is just making it so stupid. Like anything they add is just making work. Like the recent controversy now is that they added a Walt animatronic, and the family to Walt does not like it at all, not one bit.
Apparently, I think you mentioned to me that the robot doesn't even look like Walt Disney,
No, he doesn't even look like Walt, which is the
which is really fucking embarrassing. Like, how are you gonna make a robot dedicated to the founder of the company you represent and not have it look like the fucking guy,
to
right?
be bad. Like how bad it is. Tom Hanks look more like Walt than this thing does.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he did a decent job with when he played him. I think that was when they were doing the Mary Poppins thing, right? I think
Oh,
that's what
Mary
it was.
Poppins.
Yeah, there was a story of
Super
Mary Poppins, and he
Gatsby.
played as Walt Disney. I
Just
think like the true story adaptations and how she didn't like it. But Yeah, despite that, it's just like, yeah, it's just another thing of just, you know, the Muppets getting shit on, and it's just a sad state of affairs that we're in now. Anything we grew up on is dying. It's no fun anymore. It's sad. Like Goosebumps, it's still
Yeah.
around, but it's not like it used to be. Like we're not in the level of um FNAF territory of how popular it is. We don't get a lot of merch. We do get merch, but we don't get a whole lot of it. And part of me feels like
We used to in the fucking 90s when
I
that shit
know.
was booming, but then everyone got Goosebumps fatigue.
And what's interesting too was with the whole like thank God I feel partially that this is not popular because I feel like if it was, we would have gotten videos from like videos talking about the Goosebumps degeneracy, like the predator in the Goosebumps community. You know, we don't get any of that shit. You know what I mean? But other big groups, they always have the generate a blank, right? You know what I'm talking about? But we have not had a Goosebumps.
Yeah, yeah.
Fingers crossed we don't get that, but you know,
I mean,
it's
the
like
only controversy we ever had was the fucking book bans, but that's
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
not just that, actually. There was also, in recent times, there was also scandals involving Scholastic actually changing the books a little bit to be more quote unquote politically correct.
I heard about
And
that.
like a lot of people like blamed Stein for that, and Stein was like, "Yeah, I didn't fucking do it."
Yeah. Like something about you can't say fat anymore. It's like pleasantly plump or something dumb.
It was something else fucking ridiculous, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was one of the fucking changes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't call someone fat because it's fat phobic or some stupid shit.
Yeah. Despite the fact that, you know, it's not like you know, I don't know, man. It just we have the old book, so it still exists. Like you can get it for cheap if you look hard enough.
Yeah,
Depending on where you live, though, you know. I usually go to the thrift shops to get some books, like old classic ones. So, you know, trying to build my Goosebump collection.
I still have my small ass collection here,
Though where I
really
live,
small one.
I'm very surprised I got so much good stuff. Like, you know, I got the good shit, which I'm surprised with because I thought I would not. Like some of the stuff I got were like real interesting as far as like the collection and whatnot, right? It's just like, you know, I found old VHS of um of Goosebumps stuff, and then it's just like even like rare books you rarely get to see. I get them, and I'm just like this is like well makes me happy a little bit, but if you can find them in thrift shops for cheap, that's like usually the best feeling, but most of the time you know, you're not really that lucky. Anyways,
Ooh,
more drama.
the last of drama. Yes, more drama, endless content, as Nux would say.
Yes.
The next one I wanted to talk about involves South Park Studios, Paramount Plus, and Donald Trump,
Yes.
with a little bit of Stephen Colbert.
Why is he involved?
I will tell you exactly why he's involved. So, Stephen Colbert, Mr. I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. He has the Late Show, which is going to be closing down sometime next month. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if it is next month or like the next 10 months or something. But it's going to be closing down, especially soon. And this is because Stephen Colbert. Uh, he. So the thing about Stephen Colbert is that his argument is that the reason why Paramount Plus is dropping him is because well he blames it all on like Trump and shit, despite the fact that according to Paramount Plus the reason is that late talk shows don't make enough revenue anymore, and he's making Paramount Plus lose like millions of dollars annually.
Yeah.
So it was more of a financial decision rather than like um Trump's intervention. But that's just like two sides of the. But that's just like what they propose, right? So what ended up happening was after like the announcement of Stephen Colbert losing his job, um, they went to South Park Studios, Paramount Plus, and decided to give them $3 million to work on season 27, and they kickstarted their newest season with a big middle finger to Paramount Plus and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And it is by far the best fucking thing in the world.
From what I understand of for those who don't know, like the reason with South Park we never gotten a whole lot of episodes or whatnot is due to, and they made a joke about this with the streaming wars thing, but what
Yeah.
happened was that they originally made a plan with another company originally, right? So they were like, all right, we'll do seasons and whatnot. But then Paramount, which is owned by Viacom, I think, who also
Yeah, by
basically who owns South Park's, studio. Well, not studio, but you know what I mean. Like it's a sub branch, so it's like basically they own them. They wanted to have
well,
South
how
Park.
it works is that Viacom owns Comedy Central, Comedy
Yeah,
Central owns South Park.
yeah, so basically that's what we're getting at here. So they were like, "Oh, well, we want to have this be on our thing, but shit, we got this other company doing this. So what do we do? Oh, I know, we'll just do specials. They're not episodes, they're specials. But we can still
Yeah.
have them exclusive." And then, of course, there was a legal battle. Be like, well, what the fuck? You said we can get episodes here. Fuck you. It's just, there's a whole suing thing, and it's just like. And then I think there was a bit of a drama with South Park because they were debating, like, I think Paramount was debating of deleting some episodes, which they thought would be anti-Semitic. I don't think they did that, though.
There was a lot of like episodes that they wanted to ban, especially the Super Best Friends. I don't know if you remember
That
that one.
one, I think they did just because that, and also Family Guy one, just because of
The
the
Cartoon Wars.
Cartoon Wars. The only reason they did that was because legit threats of violence, because they even talked
Yeah,
about it how it's just like even if the Muhammad was there, just like, oh no, he's just there. It's just like no, they literally would kill you. It's just like, all right, fine,
yeah. But
which is what we joked about for the
mainly
201 episode.
because because they think that it might have been Trump's meddling. We're not 100% sure if that's the case. I don't want to spread any fake news, but what they did was that because like Trump has like a bit of a ego and he doesn't take criticisms about him serious. He doesn't take criticisms about him lightly. South Park decided to screw over Paramount Plus by making an entire episode dedicated to bashing on Trump in hopes that, Paramount Plus gets fucked in the A.
And the way they did this was basically they made Trump the new Saddam Hussein by basically putting his face on it
Even
and going,
so much
yeah,
so that Yeah, even so much so that he even adopts Saddam like little mannerisms, like the whole connections to Canada, the little theme music that goes along with them, and even the relationship to Satan.
yeah. Well, come on, yeah. So he's back again.
Come on, guy.
Yeah, so he's back again. It's funny too because for a while they didn't want to do anything with the character. Instead, they had Mr. Garrison be in place
Yeah,
of Trump, and they had a Canadian Trump character at some point too, right? It's just like,
yeah, but he got fucked to death. So
yeah, that's because Mr. Garrison promised I'm gonna rape him to death.
yeah,
Are
I'm
you still
gonna
gonna do
fuck
that?
him to death. I'm
Yeah,
fuck them all to death.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all the juicy drama we have so far. So might as well move on to the next thing.
Which I don't know what that'd be unless it's down to just talking about the game stuff now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
it would
not a
just
whole
be
lot of
like,
eventful things. I will say though that although it seems like nothing's going on this channel, there is a lot of stuff going on this channel. It's just can't be announced as of yet. I'm hoping it'd be announced soon, but you know, it'll be worth the wait.
no
So
spoilers.
I'm not doing. It's not like I'm not doing anything. It's just like there's something going on, but it's like I wanna. I want to pull a Nintendo in the sense of this, like showing it off as soon as it's like as it's ready, kind of thing. Be like, it's available now. You know what I mean? So, anyways, so I guess the fit with the theme of this episode, we decided to take a look into Welcome to Camp Nightmare as the game in particular, and the only reason is because of one character, which is Saber or the Beast.
Yeah.
The Beast. Not the Beast
The
from like
Beast.
not the Beast from the East, but a Beast. So it's like,
Yeah, but we're not talking about Timmy.
he's like a saber cat almost creature, doesn't he?
Yeah, he kind of looks like a large werecat of
Yeah,
sorts.
like a bear or like a werecat. Is the name of the song?
Yeah,
Do the werecat. Meow, meow. This reminds me of the
he's a
song.
big boy.
He's a big boy, biggest boy. Big boy,
He's a
biggest
big
boy.
boy, the biggest
Biggest
boy.
boy,
He's a
the
great big
big
boy, the
boy,
biggest
biggest
boy.
boy.
He's a big boy, the biggest boy.
I love that. This is so stupid. It's like immediately when I say big boy, so that's immediately what comes up. Where
That's where I went
he's
to.
a big boy, biggest boy, big boy, biggest boy.
He's a big boy, the biggest boy. He's a great big boy, the biggest
Yeah,
boy.
it's funny, stupid, but it's still fun regardless. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
this is gonna be a
we'll have
hard
fun.
episode to talk about because of how boring this one is. Just because it's a camping update. And I expected when this update first came on the game, this was the first update within the summer of June. And usually June back then they used to like save that for like camp events. Like especially with Snoopy, they do the same thing, and then I think Adams did the same when it came to their time. I don't know what it is with them obsessed with camping, but I guess summer
It's
camp.
summer. That's like one of the staples of summer.
That's what I guess, but they just don't. They just moved on from it afterwards. But which is funny because, like with Goosebumps, they have so many camp books, so you would think that they would still do that tradition, but no, they didn't. They just stopped. This was
Of
the
course,
only
they didn't
camp.
do
This
ghost
was the
camping,
only camp book we got. So
which is kind of weird because there were a lot of other. Well, oh yeah, I
yeah,
forgot.
the
Ghost Beach
only one
isn't
we did
technically a
was
camp.
yeah, Alex, except for ours, which was Jelly Jam, which we had fun with.
Oh yeah, I like Jelly Jam.
Yeah, with our buddy character. I need that joy. Oh boy, yeah. But one thing
Look
I'll
at them.
say in the background with I don't think they've done this anymore, but people who used to work for Pixel, one of the things they were obsessed with was Ghost Camp. So if they were still doing the camp thing, Ghost Camp would most likely have been the next part, but I had no idea how the hell they would do that, except if like the monster characters were just simply just clothes, like how it is in the cover art. There's like yeah.
Well, like, here's the thing. Like, they only turn that way, I think, at night. So I feel like during the day they would be like looking rather human, but at night they would just like march along in their go in their clothes.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right? It's just like it's hard to see whether or not what goes on with that.
Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to play through the event, so I don't really know much about it.
Have you watched my videos on it though?
Only a little bit because I had to take some inspiration to make the comic for the Saber and Dustin.
Yeah, it's just with Jesus over here.
Hey, how's it going, fellas? It's me, Moist Critical.
Yeah, me,
Yeah,
Uncle Setter. How's it going? It's me,
yeah,
Uncle Sater. I have a sale for you.
yeah, I'm Sater. I sell shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it's funny
everybody's
though
uncle,
with
but not that weird uncle that takes you to the forest where no one hears you scream. Yeah.
some weird thing is that I believe Sater is his own original character, but I think it was based off of someone who actually worked at Pixel, so it's interesting, kind of like self-insert of sorts. But I think it wasn't like the person putting themselves in. It's more like, hey, let's put Bob in here, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just weird. And I loved KC when he was talking about the game because he always called him Middle Jesus.
He actually, every time I see Sater, he almost looks like a cross. He almost looks like a cross between like Jesus Christ and a homeless guy.
Yeah, I think that's the point. But he's our lovable, shady salesman. The guy at pawn shop, he opens 24/7, don't you know? He sells he'll buy anything for the right price. But
Love me or hate me, you're gonna buy my shit.
kind of reminds me of that joke with Mort. It's just like, what was that? You know, having a discount sale. What does that mean? It's just like, the thing. It's like, no, I understand the first part, but then the last part is like this gibberish noise. Okay, how about this? They had a sale over there. Wow, really? I can't remember because I
Buy one,
remember
get
that.
one free.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, how do you get the free thing? You buy one and get one free. I don't understand.
you buy one, you get
Well, if you buy one, you get one free. No, I got the last part, but I don't understand the first part. You
yeah,
buy one. Yeah, what's that?
yeah.
I think it was a more common
Yeah, it was
joke.
a Mort thing, yeah. Because I remember watching that because they were making fun of the Family Guy. No, not Family Guy. The recent Nintendo shit when it came to price gouging with other countries like Canada and Brazil specifically. Speaking of, Brazil's suing them right now.
Nintendo?
Yeah, Brazil's suing Nintendo because of the bricking
Oh,
situation.
oh wow, I'd like to know more about that drama.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. Just it's there. You can look it up. Some YouTubers been talking about it, but I didn't look too much in depth. I just kind of saw some stuff going on. Because I know with Nintendo, people would purposely like they would do something, then they would brick their system, then they would sell it back to the game stores. So that means people who buy it unknowingly used is basically can't do fucking shit with it. So it's like the fuck Nintendo. But anyways, off topic.
Oh, Brazil is taking legal action against Nintendo regarding the company's policy of bricking Nintendo Switch 2 consoles, specifically due to the ability to disable consoles if they detect third-party mods or other violations of the user agreement.
Yep. So if you decide to, in this case, have one of those um, cartridges that you put your own ROMs in, no, not your ROMs, but you actually have your game comp. God forbid you have a bunch of these fucking games on you, or you can just have copy those stuff into one cartridge, and so you have the one cartridge that plays all your games. No, can't do that no more. Nintendo doesn't want you to have freedom. No, they basically came like with the other companies. It took them long ass time. But this is why I kind of hate gaming right now because it's just like nothing's fun anymore.
Nintendo doesn't want you to have freedom. Never mind that. They don't even want you to have their games.
Kind of like the whole Pirate Software thing when it came to stop killing games, initiative.
Oh
Companies
god, the
hate
pirate software shit.
company
Holy
hate
shit.
companies hate the whole stop killing games initiative because it's like, no, you're gonna make us have to make games available. We don't want to do that. It's like too fucking bad.
What
Ubisoft
really
is the
pisses
worst
me off
example.
is that, like, when you buy something, you're expected to own that thing because you paid for it, right? But for some reason, and I don't know why, video game companies are basically saying you cannot keep the thing that you bought, which is fucking stupid.
So what's happening now, I think, is that they're forced to say you're not buying it, you're renting it.
That's fucking retarded.
Yeah, but yeah, it's dumb.
Like, who rents a game? That's so stupid.
Well, I mean, back in the day when Blockbuster, like, I hate to say it, I miss Blockbuster. You got at least you can rent a game for like a week, but it's like here, it's like no. But anyways, can you tell that we don't want to talk
And I miss
about
the days when you can actually just buy a physical copy and do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah. Do you imagine how we don't
Because
want to talk about the actual update? There's nothing to talk about.
well, he doesn't like talking about it because he thinks it's boring, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like me talking about it. They update end so stupidly too. It's just like they go on this little venture, they find Saber, they're like, let's go and investigate. And then he's just like, oh, come on, we don't want to do that. And he's like, all right, fine, we won't do that. And then that ends just like that. But they had
It,
Walter come back to the game. And I fucking made fun of Pixel because Walter, when he first was introduced back in Haunted Halloween, was about 400 goose bucks, I would want to say. And then for some fuck all reason, and I don't know why, they decided to have him come back for 700 goose bucks.
Why
Why?
did they make him so fucking expensive?
It didn't drop anything new. He didn't drop anything like game breaking, so it was so fucking stupid. This was during the age of like when they did dumb ideas, which would lead into Vampire
Right.
Update, which is horrible.
Oh.
Which will be in the future video, but not now. But
I know that if I'm not mistaken, I think they introduced Saber as like being this character that wants to interact with humans but is too afraid but too shy to do it. So he has to wear like this white mask.
he's a hermit character, basically. Like he didn't want anything to do with anybody. So Shader comes along and is just like, "Hey, why don't you just wear this mask?" And he's like, "All right, I'll try it." And then he just like makes friend with Dustin, and Dustin's
Yeah,
just like,
and
"Yeah,
he goes through like a fucking Clark Kent
yeah,
sort of
man,
thing
kid,
where
you
like
look
if he wears the
weird.
mask.
Yeah, hey, kid, you look weird, but we can be friends, right?" Kind of stupid thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not Justin. Fucking Lucy does the same thing because he's like, Dustin, he's probably wearing a mask because he's been a bird victim. I just love that. He thinks he's wearing a bird mask, right? And he's
Yeah,
just like, friends, I must tell you the truth of why I wear this mask. He's like, yeah, don't worry, we know. It's because you burned yourself. It's like, no, that's not it. Because I'm actually a beast. Oh, is that all? Wait, what?
yeah. Dustin's reaction was like probably the only good thing. It was like, oh wow, okay, well that's a little different. Whoa.
Yeah, and it's
Does the
weird
whole description
how
thing.
when it comes to the not good Walter in this book, like he was basically the camp counselor, hence why he came back. But his whole thing was basically was trying to capture Saber, but nothing actually happened from that. Again, it's mostly just boring update because nothing was exciting out of this update. Like most of it was basically copy paste from Snoopy, except for they changed it slightly to make it look like maybe creepy tents every so often. And the one thing I will give it for is the grand prize was the coolest thing, which they actually decided to make the tent from the actual cover art as a item
Yeah, I
you
did
can
like
get.
that. I did get that one.
I liked that. I liked how they did that. When they do that, that actually is really makes me happy because it's just like, yeah, see, you're embracing the game. This is a grand prize you would want to get, right?
It kind of reminds me of my excitement when I finally got Dead House during the Welcome to Dead House event.
Yeah. We talked. Did
Like,
we
oh
talk?
look, I got the thing from the book covers.
Yeah, we did talk about Dead House, didn't we? Yeah, we did during the boring
Yeah, we did.
episode. Which I feel like it's about to be that episode this year. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully not, but why is it around this time of year nothing really seems to happen exciting? Like, well, I mean, besides the drama stuff, but I mean, like, there's no fun talking things or like, hey, updates and whatnot. It's like more secrecy and can't tell you nothing. You gotta be shh about it, right? But yeah, there's not a whole lot when it comes to this particular book as far as topic goes. The spawn scene, which is the forbidden bunk, it was stupid because it's like you could just have spawn Saber, but no, instead you spawn like clones of him. And
Yeah,
someone
like the
men-
brown versions of
and
Saber.
someone I remember watching someone playing this game, and he mentions how if you gave them a big bushy tail and an acorn, you could just make them wear squirrels. And I'm like, you know what? That'd been much better. I mean, makes no sense, but fuck it, at this point. And that's the one thing I'll give this. What's interesting about this version of Saber is that in the book, he was just an urban legend. We don't actually get to see Saber. In the TV series, he was an animatronic. And in here, he's actually a
Yeah.
real creature, right?
Yeah.
The one thing I'll give Saber to, though, is that he was the cheapest character that you can get by 290, I think, Goosebucks, which was like real cheap back then. So it was like, yeah, he was worth getting.
Right.
Unlike Walter, this is so stupid. That's a
Wait,
ripoff.
if Sater was the counselor, then what was Walter's whole thing?
No, Walter was the director, and Sater was his right hand, right mate, or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so he was the one doing I don't know what you call them. I guess he's a counselor, and then he's more the director of the camp, right? So that's how they set it
Right.
up. But the setup of the promenade was fine. I did like how they had an animated fireplace that you can actually get in a certain bundle. But then they had issues with the animation, so they turned it off. So you had this stagnant fire, which looked so stupid. And they don't even
Right.
they didn't even give it back. It's what's worse about it. It's like it was animated once and then never again. It's just a static item. Unlike nowadays, which you actually got to see items be animated, right? So they
Yeah.
fixed the problem, I guess, but it's like still. And with Saber, his animations are fine, I guess. The problem I have with him is that he's so stiff. He's like an action figure in the sense that he can't move his elbows. So he has this weird fucking motion of this moving his arm and that's it. Like when he's doing the lying down and pointing at the stars, it just looks like he's just like you know.
Right.
But yeah, it's just not a whole lot to talk about with this update because it was pretty short, right? This was like during their short period days, and like I said, there wasn't anything interesting. The story was kind of meh, you know. It was okay for what it was, but it wasn't anything too exciting or adventurous. Saber was okay. I mean, the only good thing about him was that he was cheap, so like people bought him and whatnot. The items that came with the event was okay. I mean, they worked for what they did to kind of give more of a camping feel, but it wasn't scary, which was my one complaint with the game at that time because it's
I
like, well, it's
mean,
not.
considering that it's supposed to be, welcome to Camp Nightmare, you'd think that there would be like some sort of, creepy shenanigans going on, but
No,
nah.
but instead it's just copy paste from Snoopy, and then they minorly maybe give you like a camping tent with a creepy tree and be like, ooh, spooky. You know what I mean? But it's like normal tents. It's just like, I don't want normal stuff. I want spooky stuff. It's Horror Town, God damn it! I want it to be
I mean,
Halloween
I know how
24/7.
like know how lackluster my fucking wax museum thing was, but even I had like a little bit more of a scare on that one
I love that too. It was
because
just like we
we're
should
talking about like this mentally deranged bitch who wanted to rip people's faces off. Like, what's not creepy about that?
we should revisit that and try to refix it again because it literally was just like,
Yeah, I
oh, they
do
went to a
intend to do
thing,
that.
meh, happened, the end. It's like,
Yeah, and
first she goes to the thing, then this happened, and nothing, and profit. Money, money, money.
step one, step one, introduce character. Step
Step
two,
two, something.
step three, profit.
Money, money, money.
Step one, steal underpins. Step two,
Step
step
three.
three, profit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that episode was, which is unfortunate, but yeah, be
I love
interesting to
that.
kind
I
of.
love
Yeah, it's a fun meme to make fun of at some point, but yeah, I'm hoping this episode's not like that though. I don't think it will be just because of the story. Like this is the thing, the first part of this is kind of boring, I will say, but I'm hoping my segment is a little bit better. However, part of me feels like it might not be because we're usually tempted to see your artwork per se, right? And I end up kind of helping
that.
to
Everyone's
pay.
just waiting for the
However,
artwork.
how yeah, because of your artwork is like, yes, I want to see your artwork. I want to see what it looked like in your vision type of thing, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like, well, when we get to that segment, I'll talk more about it, but I'm wondering, is there anything else we should talk about with this particular update or move on? Because I can't really think of anything else I'm forgetting here.
Unfortunately, nothing comes to mind. So no.
All right, well, that's pretty short this time around, which is good because hopefully this won't take too long. So we'll be right
Yeah,
back in a
you
moment.
really did not like that update at all.
It wasn't the worst one. You know what it is? It's like the blob they ate everyone. It's just Here's the thing. when it comes to worst
Yeah,
stuff,
that
like
was
when it comes to vampires, as bad as that is, there's a lot of shit to talk about. The worst updates for me are when it's meh, right? What do you think about this, kids? Meh. But the TV said we said meh, meh, meh. That's what this update was, meh. And you don't want to be a meh, right? Good or bad, that's fine, but meh, that's the worst thing you want to be. And this update
I
was
mean,
meh.
honestly, I think personally, a man would be a lot better than just bad. Like
But bad
it
is
tells you
funny.
that it's bad, but it could be improved upon.
But I can work with bad. That's the great thing about it. People like watching stuff that's bad. Drama
I mean,
and
yeah, I guess that's
negativity.
true.
They love that shit. Positivity, sure, that's fun for you, right? But then when it comes to being meh, it's like no one's pleased. Like when you try to please everybody, no one's happy, right? So,
Yeah, I guess you got a point there.
yeah, so that's why I feel like this update is not that great. Not bad, not great. So it's meh. And hopefully, like we'll be talking about other stuff in the future, and some point we'll be talking about other actual not just events, but we'll be talking about actual book updates. And from there, I think the next episode is actually going to be talking about that kinda, but I won't spoil it just yet. But it would be interesting, that's for sure. Anyways, I think we should just take a little bit of a break and then we come back and do this part here. Although you won't know that we're taking a break because it's going to be like literally like within a second.
Watch as we disappear for that 1 second.
And just like that, we're back. We're quick. Like it's almost like right. So as you know, this is Slappy Summer. The best part about this whole bit segment is that we're taking books from Slappy World. As you know, it never gets added, so it's like we can do whatever the hell we want at this point. So that's the
Yeah,
beauty of this.
and funnily enough, the story that you're doing does not also feature Slappy.
No, it does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my one has like it's a Slappy
Well,
World
fuck
book.
me,
So
I
Slappy,
guess.
yeah, Slappy has to do Slappy. Like it's Slappy World. It has to be with Slappy. But you're not living in it. You're screaming in it. In Slappy's world,
Oh,
you're
fuck me.
screaming in it. All right. But um, so I don't know how this episode's gonna turn out because I'm gonna just put it to you this way. Today you're gonna be using your imagination because
Yay!
normally I pay like I do pay my fellow co-hosts here to provide you some lovely art to look at while on YouTube. If you're listening to this on the podcast sites, that's great because you're already using your imagination. But if you're on YouTube, well, tough, too bad, because you might not get any artwork this time around because I'm paying him to help me with something else. Now he
And when you
might.
really stop to think about it, if you're like listening to this on like a podcast thing, then that would also mean that you're not going to be able to see my art anyway. For anyone who's like really curious to see what my art looks like, you're kind of like shit out of luck.
Yeah. Now, not to say that he might not, like he could still do it, right? Like maybe one of the characters, because I'm curious in how that could look. But everything else is
Yeah,
basically to your own imagination, right? So, especially the
yeah.
one of the characters you get, because yeah, because I think that one I'm not going to be bothered with. It's going to be like you just use your imagination, what you like to think. It's just like what you read a R.L. Stein book. You picture how would look like, right? Not the one though.
Yeah.
So when we last teased, or what I teased, was the Adams Family jingle, right? Which is the da right? Which you
Yeah.
guys didn't do anything about. Like you just like, oh, sorry, you wanted me to do it? Just like, yeah, but
No,
yeah,
well, no, we eventually knew what you were on about, but we didn't really
yeah,
want
but
to.
that was after.
Well, we
That
basically said after the fucking recording.
Yeah, yeah, and he's already well aware of what this whole story is about. But to give you
Well, yeah.
roughly. But basically, I've decided to pick Escape from Shudder Mansion. And the reason we took this book is, or what I took this book, is I thought out of the ones we got going on, this one sounds to be the most interesting to kind of play around with. So we'll kind of go from there. Now, for this particular update, there will be two characters you get. So there's going to be a free character, and then you get the premium character, right? The free character you're going to get is from the main character, which is Riley Shiner. And as far as how he looks, just use your imagination what you think he looks like. I envision him to be kind of like almost nah, he's a gamer kid for sure, but he's, I want to say like he's like a cool kid, but he's like one of those 90s kids almost, you know what I mean? Like I kind of envision.
Okay, so real Blake, but recolored.
Basically, yeah. Because I was about to say, if you know Zombies Eat My Neighbors, there's one kid that kind of like wears the 3D glass and what. I could totally see him being like that rad kid to be like, I play all the games. I'm cool. But I can only imagine that. Like, and here's the thing: I originally had Riley be something else, but I decided to scrap that idea and been like, all right, we'll just have him be just like kind of how he is in the books of sorts. However, this is the other character you get, the premium character you get if you buy the thing. And I feel like for this character, I am curious how she'll look like because I'm describing how she looks, and this might be the only art you get from Vampire this time around. Is Mia Shadare. Shadare.
Nice French.
What? Shadare. Shadare. It's Shudder. Say it right. Shadare.
Yeah.
So if you can tell, she is French.
Or
But
Tish, that's French.
she's French.
That's French.
But no, not French from Francais. It's French from up north.
Oh, that's the bad French. The
Oh, you
fucking
thought it was French, but
that's the Canadian French. The type of French no one fucking likes.
uh,
Not even the real French.
yeah, I know. I love it. It's like Dan versus. It's just like the episode's just like, oh, look, this stupid sign is broken. I think we're in Quebec. Quebec, I hate it. And then they talk about the Poic de Croix. I think it's what their name was, right? And they're like, what's their problem? They think they're from. Oh, I get it. Okay, see, here's the problem. You're here, and France is way over there. I'm glad I get that all mixed up. And then they kick them out. Yeah, because they.
Yeah, but I kind of hate Quebec too. I've been down there before and it sucks.
Ah, God, my brother had to drive through there, and he's just like, I'm not looking forward to driving through this place. I don't know why. It's just like, God, oh,
I think it's because that a lot of French Canadians are too snooty.
I think partially that could be it. I really don't know. It's very odd. I think the only exception is Montreal, but I think it's just only because it's the main capital or one of the main capitals of Quebec. I think Quebec City. No, Quebec City is another one, but Montreal is basically one of those. Like everyone knows that place, so they have to kind of be like, all right, English and French, but everywhere else is just French, right? They're like very
Yeah.
like French only, right? Which is like very, but again, like, you want to learn Canadian history. That's it. But yeah, anyways, yeah. So Chaudet is from the Canadian French. So yeah, and the Adams in this case for Goosebumps is Canadian French Canadians to pay tribute to the TV series of being Canadians themselves. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
We're sorry
sorry.
about that.
Sorry. Yeah, not sorry. Sorry. Uh,
Oh, geez, sorry about that.
Yeah, it did be my house, and it's like, no way. Or the Canadian AA. Yeah, that's what I said. Canadian AA.
Yeah, it came from AAA.
Yeah. Anyways,
Well, your war was AAA. No, I came from AAA. What?
yeah, yeah, Canadian humor. Anywho, anywho, so
Anywho.
anyhow, the houses. So Riley will come in his own house, but Mia is gonna come in a carriage, so like a horse kind of carriage. You know what I mean? So I would think something like that. Reason why is
Is
because
it like one of those Victorian carriages?
yeah, I want to say that it either be just the carriage, or you can have like horse kind of, you know, what I mean, like skeletal horses. I don't know, something. You could be creative. I don't know. It could
I
just
kind of like the idea of having it look like one of those creepy spider carriages, like from
yeah,
Beauty and the Beast. I don't know if you saw that thing.
yeah, exactly, something like that. Anime.
Because I remember that at one point during that movie, Beast throws Belle inside the spider carriage and it just starts crawling off back to town to drop her off.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't her, it was
with
Maurice.
his father, her father,
Yeah,
because it's like,
he comes as Maurice in that thing, and then it just like crawls off like a creepy insect.
yeah, and like it's God, nightmare fuel. But yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
love that
It was like
thing, to be honest.
it's a locked up memory that came up of nowhere. I've been like, oh my God, I remember that. I forgot about it.
What really
And then there's all of a sudden it's like,
what really sucks is that we don't ever get to see it again.
yeah, it's a one and done thing. It was used as a,
Yeah, which sucks because it was so cool.
yeah. Oh well. Yeah, so I could see that being the thing for that to make it more creepy and kind of Adamsy. The event currency is going to be skeleton key,
Yeah.
so there's that. And this time around, there will be no item crafting, so no raw items, no crafting at all. Yes, and partially that's because, for one, for so that he doesn't have to draw it. but but the big
It's because my co-host is fucking lazy.
part is because you're going to be doing other things and busy with that stuff. I don't want you to be busy with that kind of stuff. Then I'm all
Like I could just like imagine like I just have like a little picture of like my avatar just sitting there with a big fat ass belly and a beer can. Like I don't want to do it. It's like, yeah, but
that's
you got to
me.
draw the picture. I don't want to do it. But I'm
Honestly,
paying you money. Yeah, but I don't want to do it.
that's me though. It's like because it's like, you draw and I'm just like, oh, I gotta put it in the video. I don't want to do it. That's me. We're both like that. So I don't want to draw it. Good. I
Got to
don't want to
post
put
my
it in there.
picture. I don't want to do
I don't want to do it.
it.
I don't want to do
I
it,
don't
man.
want to do it.
Oh God.
But you got to get the work done. I don't want
Yeah.
to do it.
Don't
And I
want it.
paid you money for it. I know, but I don't want to do
Too bad. Yeah, so
it.
the gimmick this time around though with the promenade is that if you are familiar with their other game, or what was their other game that's now dead, Adam's Mystery Mansion, how they designed the game is that it's basically not like a town builder, it was more like a house builder. You got to put decorations and whatnot there. So the promenade is actually going to be the Shudder Mansion in like the basically the bottom level anyways. So you got to see some items there, and the only thing you can play around with is the scene, which is going to be the dining table, which I assume it's going to be kind of like you could just take the Adams one and just put it in there because it would fit well. You could just change it slightly so it's not like 100% the Adams in the sense. But there you go.
Yeah.
It will spawn a few characters, one of them being Mia, but the other two is her mom and dad, which in this case, Margot is the only named character of the group, and then her father, which in the book was called the Beast. Like literally, that was it. That no name. He's just the Beast. Hence why we included, the other thing, the boring book we just talked about previously. However, in this case, his name is Bistro.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And what's funny about him, so Margot, I don't know how she's gonna look. I guess it's like a Morticia-ish, but like I'm trying to think of something different with her, but it's just like it's hard to explain it. But you're not gonna see this anyway, so she's like Morticia, but with glasses, sunglasses, like a vampire, vampire-esque. But
I was kind of expecting like if Morticia did like the fucking nerd emoji thing.
actually, uh, actually. But here's the thing, okay? So Margot, I envisioned to be the beauty, and Bistro's the beast of sorts. But
Well, with a name like Bistro, you would think that.
however, with his look, there is a particular look I wanted him to look like, and I know you know this guy, but the viewing audience don't know. So there is a famous actor who has been, I would say, memed on, but basically his caricature has been used so many fucking times that you don't know. Like I'll say the name, and most of you will be like, "Who the hell is that?" But then I go ahead and do the voice, and they're like, "Oh, that guy," and that's Peter Lorre. If you don't know who that is, it's basically
Oh, I love
the
Peter Lorre.
best way to describe it is the Igor voice. Like, yes, mister. That guy. You know exactly what I'm talking about because Looney Tunes made fun of this guy a lot of times.
They make me
You're
laugh.
making me laugh.
Why did you hit me in the
Oh
head,
no, why would
Leopold?
you hit me like
Don't you know that might
Don't you
make
know
me
Why
that?
would
very
you
angry now?
hit me
I
like
will
that?
do
Why would you do
terrible,
that?
Terrible,
horrible things to
horrible
you.
I
thing.
love it too. It's like, why would you do that to me? Like, why would you do that, Leopold? Don't you may know that make me very angry now? It make terrible, horrible things to you. I'm going to bed now, Leopold. And what's funny about that whole thing is that Peter wanted to actually voice himself as those characters, but they're like, no, no, that would just ruin the joke. But he was a good sport about it. He was happy about the fact that they were making characters. But yeah, you know his look because everyone uses it. Like SpongeBob has the character Slappy exactly like that. There's that worm character from Corpse's Bride. It's
Yeah.
that guy, right? So I can totally see the Beast being basically Peter Lorre. Ah, my sleeping daughter, Mia. uh, yeah, so we had fun with this one, but yeah. Welcome to
Oh
another
Mia, your
song.
dog kid makes me laugh.
Yeah, I know it's so stupid, but yeah. Anyways, it's fun, but it's weird too because you could argue that Gomez originally kind of looked like Peter Lorre, but I think he like it was based on the art anyways. But he like I think Peter Lorre didn't ever become famous until like maybe the 50s or so. I'm trying to think when exactly he because he was in the black and white era, right? So maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah,
He
you could have
does
this.
have a Peter Lorre-esque look to him.
Kinda, yeah, but he doesn't sound like him. He just kind of looks like him. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah, he has more of like a Spanish accent going on, but
that's only the reason why that's the case is because when they were making the show, when they talked to Charles Adams, they were like, "All right, what are these names of these characters?" And he was debating on for Gomez to either he's from Italian or he's from Spain. If he was from Italian, it would be one name, but if it was Spain, it would be Gomez. So he went with Gomez, hence why he's from Spain or Spanish.
yeah.
But yeah, that's hidden lore for you for that. But it's just quite interesting. But yeah, it's just funny how I get this vision, this whole thing. But yeah, you can see why Mia looks kind of like creepy Susie in a sense with Wednesday because she's a mix of her mom and dad, so she's kind of like a little bit ugly. She has the butterface effect, if you know what that is. Oh, nice body, butterface. Yeah. Anyways, uh, So I guess we gotta go with the story then, because the other thing, normally I go ahead with the items, but most of the items are gonna be mostly decorations as far as the house thing goes, because it's weird though, because the way this game goes about is like you can't really like I wanted to make it seem like you can actually build your little outside area of sorts, but
Yeah.
and then one of the items being like the little model of the mansion, so it's kind of like almost like you're kind of building your Adams family-ish backyard of sorts. So most of those items are kind of like that. As far as animations go, not a whole lot. I will say that the normal task is probably getting the high score, which again is just generic, but it's just like part of the story lore is going to be something along those lines because there's a contest going on there. But Mia, there are three different animations she has. There's one indoor task, which is doing chores, which makes no sense because she's going inside her carriage, doing chores in the carriage. I didn't think that one through, but
Cleaning the carriage.
yeah, there you go. But so animations, he has practice monster scare, read the Raven, and then French chop. So French chop is a bit of a nod to I'm trying to think of the name of the famous uh, queen. But needless to say, the French Revolution, where they decided to go chop chop to the heads, and partially with Wednesday Addams, she's known to having dolls with headless that are without their heads. So it's like this is their kind of nod to that.
I think you're talking about Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette, yes, there she is.
No, it's Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, that. So that's partially it. But I guess we should just do the story then, I think.
Because I remember Toy Story making that reference too.
Yeah, what story? What was it the first one, or was it one of the sequels?
No, it was the first one when
Yeah,
it was
because Sid's
Sid's sister.
place. Yeah, because one of them is headless or what? Yeah, now I
They're
remember.
both headless. One of them was named Marie Antoinette, and she had a little sister, which was based on the actual Marie Antoinette and her sister
Yeah.
being executed.
So what happened? Yeah, I remember this because Sid decided to take her toy and put a pterodactyl head on top of it, and what happened was the other toys tried to help it like go back together. So it's like you can see them, despite them looking like horrible monsters, they actually wanted to help, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, hey, little guy, what's wrong with you? And then he sees the crab monster come out. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I will always still love the hand in the box. Out of all of the mutant toys, that was like by far my favorite.
It's the Tickle-matic from the game.
Yeah, because when I first saw the Laugh-O-Manic at the during the Shop Till You Drop event, I'm like, hey, it's the fucking hand in the box.
Yeah. But you saw what my design looked like, so it's like, how the hell did I come up with that? Monster hand,
And
spring.
what's weirdly enough, because at first I thought it was like a reference to one of my pictures because I drew
Yeah,
something similar to Hand in the Box, which is actually called Trigger Hand.
yeah. Which I saw that, and I was just like, huh, two minds think alike, I suppose, right? Or
Yeah.
great minds think alike. So there's that. But yeah, fun stuff. I feel like with Mia, she would be the same reaction. To be, they look like, oh, they can look from the back. It's like, oh, there's a new girl. Turns around, like, but yeah, she gets used to it though. But it's just like Slappy starts off this story
I don't
though.
know if I would make her fugly though.
No, she's not fugly. She's cute ugly. Like I
I
said,
don't like
Creepy
cute
Sue.
ugly.
That's a thing. Creepy Susie's supposed to be like what? Like one of the uglier characters in the group. It's like, oh, she's goth, right? But it's like, despite that, the internet goes hog wild for her. Like, out of all
Yeah,
the
but
characters from the Oblongs, no one gives a fuck about, but Susie's the only one that gets remembered. Like, if I said the Oblongs, you're like, who? What the fuck is that? It's like Creepy Susie. I know that. I know her.
yeah, you got a lot of sense for Creepy Susie. But I think the reason why she got her name was because she acts and she acts creepy.
That's the thing. I think if I'm not mistaken, there is. I want to say that the I want to say the Oblongs were originally a book series of sorts, and I think Creepy Susie was one of those characters that was introduced in the book, and I think that's what kind of it might be correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn that that was part of it because I could have sworn Creepy Susie there's she was mentioned in the book because it's just like, had her creepy family and whatnot. And it's just like, I'm looking up now while I'm doing this. I know I'm supposed to do the story thing, but now it's like, no, no, now this is important. I need to know. Am I Mandelaing this or is it actually
Oh,
true?
wait a minute. I think I know the book you're talking about
Creepy Susie
because
and
I
13
came
other
across
tragic
one that
tales of
says Creepy Susie and
that's
it
it.
says Creepy Susie and 13 other tragic tales for troubled children.
Yes, that's it. That's where I'm remembering it from. So and you know what's weird too is that a lot of people draw creepy Susie and she doesn't look that bad, right? Like yeah, she has the lazy eye, but it's like even then it's just like not and it seems what's weird too is that there are other characters in media that kind of probably base it around her as well in some cases. Like I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah.
Creepy Susie and 13 Other Tragic Tales for Troubled Children is a 1999 collection of illustrated short stories written by Angus Oblong. The stories mostly feature children and adolescents, although one story is about a dog.
That's why it's called the Oblongs. Okay. So now we're learning some new lore. That's why it's that. Okay. Wow. We learn something new every day. All right. Anyways, back to I guess we should do the story thing. Right.
Yeah.
I'll try my best. This will be a longer story this time around. So instead of 8, I think there's 9, 10, 11, 12 to this main story. And then there are 3 more for her quest line. So we'll
Oh, I
go
didn't know this. Creepy Susie can apparently spit fire.
nice. That'd be a cool party
Anyway,
trick.
continue. Sorry.
That'd be a cool party trick. Anyway, Slappy starts this off doing his
Watch me
usual
set
thing.
your eye out.
Yeah. I-
I spit at your house and burn it to hell.
yeah. And what's funny too, but I know I'm getting off topic, but with Creepy Susie, I remember that they were at if I remember the show correctly, I remember there's one episode where they were at a funeral. Everyone was sad, but she was as happy as it can be. I just love that. She's like grinning like a fucking, yeah, this is like, she's happy about this. It's like this best day of my life. Uh, See, you can tell the reason why it's called the book is called Creepy Susie. Like she's the selling like she's the one that sells the merch. So it's just like, yeah, we need to put her out there. Everyone else, fuck it. Who cares? It's Creepy Susie. Anyways, um, so Slappy introduces this story, and he's basically, and I'm doing my thing again where I'm not putting like how you do your effort of when it comes to like, here's my problem, right? This year seems like this is the case where I'm just like, oh, I'm not putting my effort into it. But here's the problem. I'm putting effort in other areas that can't be seen just yet, but it's like eventually you'll get to see that I have some creativity going on. So because of that, I'm just
Yeah.
not putting the effort in this project. So instead, it's like I'm giving you some not like I'm going on the fly with little notes and being like, this is how I envision this kind of going about. So please apologies on that matter. This year
Okay.
it seems to be bad because like even when it came to like I didn't do the what was it my friends call me monster bit. It's like I'm just making it on the fly, you know.
Fuck
But
it,
yeah,
we're doing it live.
fuck it, yeah. So anyway, Slappy introduces this. I can see him basically playing kind of like it was in the book in the sense that he is so full of like we all know Slappy, he's so full of himself and he's just like, now it's my turn to tell the story. You Curly. He's a stupid skeleton. Think it's hard to tell stories. I can do a scary story. You watch. And I love it too. It's just like, and then what, Slappy? Uh, like, give me a moment. Give me a minute. Hmm.
This is like peak entertainment right now.
Oh, wow, Slappy. Whoa, good job. He's like, screw it. I'm just gonna see what's going on in Horror Town and pretend I'm making the story. Uh, So, anyways, quest ends. So we go into talking. So in this story, we're looking at Selma and Billy. In this case, if we don't know what's Billy Deep, but technically Billy is brother to Selma, so I guess Selma Deep. I guess I don't know. I mean, she's supposed to be related to Frederick, so I don't know. I don't know the weird family lore story going on with Horror Town anymore, but. Anyways, as we know, Selma is a gamer girl, and she's currently
Yeah,
playing the new game, Escape from Shudder Mansion, and she's pretty frustrated. She's upset, and she's talking to Billy about it. Just like, I can't believe I can't get this stupid score. He's like, hey, man, you're really playing that game very hard, right? It's like, yeah, it's a new game that Rachel and Mark made recently, and she's addicted to it, but she's can't get it. I feel like she's kind of like Gaz in this case from Invader Sim, where she's just playing that. What was it? Slaves. What was
game slave.
Game Slave 2? Yeah, the Game Slave, right? But yeah. So she's currently she's trying to beat a high score. She can't because supposedly the person who gets the high score in this particular game gets a special prize, which is they get to travel to the actual mansion that this thing is based off of. So it's like I want to beat. And she doesn't want to even go there for the fact that she wanted to go to the man. Like she didn't want to get Ryan Prize. She just wants to be like showing her gamer skills. Like I'm a gamer girl. I can do anything, right? So you
I
know
can do anything gamer boy can do. She wants to like fucking girl boss too close to the sun.
exactly. And Billy is just like, man, whatever. That's like you're doing too hard on that man. Anyways, let's just get to, like. Anyways, we're going over to get something for Fredericks. He's probably getting his Annihilator 3000 or whatever he's making this time around. I feel like for some reason, I'm seeing Frederick being more like Dr. Doofenshmirtz than anything else. The way he acts, like especially since he's German, right? So I can totally see that now.
Hang on. Doofenshmirtz isn't German.
No,
I'm trying to remember what it was, but it's definitely not German. It was like some made up thing.
yeah, but I mean, he kind of has the accent of sorts. But anyways, whatever. Now I'm thinking back to Agent Nagi that we never got to see again. Martian? Nagi the Martian?
Drusselstein.
Yeah, Mitchell's dying. Yeah,
He was from Drusselstein.
yeah, but it's German. Come on, it's Germany. Come on. I know it's a made up place, but come on. Anyways, um, I guess we move on to the next one. So in this one, they actually bump into Riley, which we find is actually Billy's friend. So it's just like, oh, hey man, what's the band? How's it hanging? All that stuff. And he's just kind of like being the cool 90s as kids that you can think of, despite I don't know what timeline this is taking place now. It's supposed to be in the 90s, but it's like recolor. It's basically recolored Will Blake. I'm my own new character. Just like how I'm basically kind of like Connor, but
Pardon me.
nice. Adding more to the
Yes.
effect of this whole episode thing. Yeah. So, anyways, this action interaction is basically them interacting with one another in a sense, and she's still busy with her stuff. I mean, she gets introduced to him, and he's just like, yeah, whatever. right? And
Right.
goes to the next quest, or no, after the quest ends, kind of goes back into this, and he's just like, "Oh, what you playing, man?" It's just like, "I'm playing Escape the Shudder Mansion." It's like, "Oh, really? Like, have you gotten to this place?" It's like, "No, I'm kind of like second place. I'm trying to get this one guy." And just like, "Oh, what's his name?" Like, "Oh, really? Well, I'm actually the basic. I don't know how to go about this. Basically, find out that he's the one that she's trying to beat, and he ends up basically he got the high score, and he's basically salty bitch about it. You got the high score? No way. There's no way you can get that high score. He's like 99, 99 type of thing. It's like the full, basically game breaking code point system, which is like kind of questionable. But it's like, okay, maybe he's that good of a gamer.
Right.
But whatever. Move on. This is turning into episode 8 all over again. Oh no.
Yeah, this is like turning into
With
the
the wax museum, here we
Muppets in the
go.
Which
Oh
episode
boy,
was did we have like this very
we have one
lackluster
of
shit again?
those. We have one of those episodes again. Oh boy. Now it's my turn. I have it planned though, so I got that going on for me. So
Oh yeah, way to rub it in my face.
no, I don't know what happened in that episode, man, but yeah. So anyways, so after their interactions, he's being salty about it, they go back home, or they walk back home, and while they're there, they actually end up seeing this new girl across the street, and they're like, yeah, she looks new. Have we seen her before? It's like, no, we don't. And mind you, supposedly they're seeing from the back of her head, so we don't actually see, like, they just notice that there's a new girl that looks like a new girl, but whatever. So quest start ends. I don't know. We should do something where it's just like just do snaps. It's just like, yeah, this is what quest starts, quest end thing, and then we move on to the next stuff to just keep going. So every time I do, it's like next part to that. I don't know. Figure
Yeah,
something.
that does sound. I feel like we would need like some sort of signature sound. So,
Yeah. So that
uh,
yeah, the snap, the atoms. It's like that's where we know the next part. Like either the quest starts and ends, and we go to the next one,
yeah.
or So anyway, so they go and talk to this new girl. They're shocked when they see her at first, and she introduces herself as Mia. Shut it. Like she didn't say her last name. She's like, "My name's Mia. From I just came from here." It's just like, "Oh, you sound weird." It's like It's like we. Pardon. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were new. We. Oh, do you speak English? Oh, yes. Sorry. I'm new into this place. I moved in recently with my family. Right? It's just like so they're making small talks with her kind of thing. So, you know, they soon then become they end up because she's new, so they decide to have her to go a little bit exploring in the town. And from there, they end up becoming more closely, and she sees them as more like friends now. Like they basically make friends with her. So there you go. So that interaction happens. So yay, friends. I love it. This is like all snaps. I'm kind of, you know what it is? Weird thing. I'm just reminded of there's a meme with Markiplier where he's just talking about the back rooms, and every time he's like, brings the keys, like jingle, 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 back in the day. But we talk the back room, oh, jingle, 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 jingle. Anyways, back in the room, I feel like I gotta do that. It's just like the jingle, the keys, like jingle, jingle, jingle. It's like quest start, quest end, jingle, jingle, jingle. Yeah. So yeah, just like that's a snap. It's just like trying to wake people up. It's like, all right, listen, go wake up. Anyways, I'm losing them. Uh, so the after the fact, she invites them over to her house or mansion, but she's like she invites them over. And so he doesn't say mansion, but she's like, invites her to her house or her stay a place or I don't know what kind of language you'll use. Probably to be using some sort of French thing. My my home away from home type of thing. I don't know. I'm making things up on the fly, but ignore me.
I mean, well, yeah, clearly.
Obviously. This is
Duh.
horrible. This is horrible. Look, I'm making good stuff from my thing, right? My creativity was elsewhere this time, okay? I had the idea, don't get me wrong, but it's like the full fledge of it, I don't know. Just just listen and believe. Just just listen and believe it's a good story. Yeah.
Just take it at face value. Don't ask questions.
Just
Consume
consume product
product,
and
and
get
then wait for
excited
the next
next
product.
product. Exactly. Don't ask questions. Just consume and get excited for next episode. Uh,
Yeah, exactly. Consume episode and get excited for
for next
for
episode.
next episode.
Yeah, so anyway, she invites them to the mansion, which they accept. They're like, yeah, well, they have nothing else better to do. And after we go to Unky Spidey with with the stuff, I'm sure he won't mind them visiting her place for the night or for the evening or whatever. So, go back to Slappy. He kind of does this whole time skip thing to kind of tell you that, this was taking place during the day and now it's going to nighttime or close to the evenings, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
that whole interaction happens. The kids now go to the location that she gave them, and from there they see Riley sitting outside this place, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing here?" It's like, what do you mean I'm doing? What are you doing here? It's just like, well, we were invited here. It's just like, well, invited. Well, I wasn't like invited too. I'm the one who won the contest. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean contest? Wait. And then it's kind of cluing into something, which is they're realizing that this so-called a place that they got invited to was the Shudder Mansion in question. In fact, from there, surprised to see this place actually exist because they could have sworn they didn't see this before, but I guess it's been here it looks like it's been there for years, but they haven't noticed or didn't care to notice, but it exists. And from there, Mia comes in, so they must have basically bought this house or mansion, I should say, recently. They must be rich, man. They must be like, what, like what was it, old money in that sense that they just have inherited money and just like buy the property, I guess. God, can you imagine them buying the property off of fucking Compton Dawes? Yeah, this place would be great. It's a lovely place.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is
it's
that
a
kind of
lovely place. I reckon you can raise your children here like cattle. Like what? Nothing.
nothing? In fact, it comes with its
Nothing.
own graves. Look at this. And look at all the graves you got over back here. It's like that's exactly what they wanted, right? So whatever.
Look over here, sir. We
Yeah,
got some nice
I'm a,
graves right here for you, sir.
I'm a Southern gentleman. I say here. I'm John Lockhart Lincoln all of a sudden. What's the matter, you boy? You only want to buy this house mansion?
You folks taste like KFC, I tell you what, champ.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so they get to the gate and Mia basically it's like, "Oh, you guys are here. You have to come on in. My parents are waiting for you," right? Kind of thing. So she kind of goes into the place. So they go in. Is where they get introduced to the parents. So of course she introduced the mom. Mom doesn't really talk much, but you do get to see her. She's like, um, bonjour kind of thing. I think it's because she's basically going to be speaking French, so it's just like she's basically not bilingual, unlike the daughter and in this case the father, and what we mentioned is Bistro or the Beast, as it were. And like we mentioned before, he's basically Peter Lorre, so he's like, ah, welcome to our lovely home. I see you met my daughter. Isn't
Okay.
she? Okay. I thought you were gonna add into that too, but okay. Isn't she pretty?
That doesn't sound creepy.
No, no. Why are you called
I was
Beastie?
kind of expecting the Peter Lorre laugh, like.
Or the
I did expect you to turn into a creepy uncle laugh, like.
Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester laugh. You know, yeah, God, what's wrong with us?
I'm
What's
a
happening?
creepy uncle.
I'm the creepy uncle. I'm the creepy Uncle Fester. How is you doing? Look, I can make a light
It's
bulb.
me, Fester. I'm the creepy uncle.
I can make a light bulb turn on with my mouth. Watch. Bzz. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is going on too long. Oh boy, this episode sure is fun. I don't even know what I'm gonna call it, but oh boy. All right, so
We're going live. That's what you should call it.
we're going live. Drama. uh, all right, so now to get to go to tour of the
Wait, I have a better name for it.
mm,
The podcast situation is crazy.
yeah, yeah, that's probably might be what it's called. Now I think about it, but we'll see. But anyways, so the father's giving a tour to the mansion of sorts. It's just like, this is my lovely peach. And this is where I keep my treasure. No. I was gonna do a joke where it's like, and this is where I put the trophy, if I had one.
Oh, I was actually gonna do that joke, but like parody off the last episode when fucking Crystal doesn't have like a yacht collection.
Yeah.
Just have the guy just be like, "This is where I would keep my yacht collection if I had one."
See, you do a better job of it. You should voice him instead of me. You do a horrible Peter Lorre impression. You do a better one. It's like, you know, I can't get the accent properly there. I try, but you know.
That's because I consume a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, especially Looney Tunes. They love them for some reason. But
One of the other cartoons that I remember growing up with that did the Peter Lorre part was Brave Little Toaster.
oh yeah, what one? What character was that one though for the Brave Little Toaster? Trying to remember.
Okay, so there was like the scene in the repair shop where there were like a lot of busted appliances in there
Yeah.
and other electronics. And the Peter Lorre character was a hanging ceiling lamp, and
Oh
he just drops down and goes,
yeah,
and then and then they all like burst into song about how being in this fucking repair shop has driven them mad.
yeah. What's interesting too is that with the Brave Little Toaster, there was like this, like a lot of scenes people bring up that be like their childhood trauma, which is the clown scene, the fire clown or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah,
Or
that
what-
clown part. Like I remember as a kid, that kind of like, look, that movie entirely was like a fucking roller coaster of different emotions.
What's funny about that too now is that that whole thing is ruined because Colossal Crazy basically took that picture and just like, this is my avatar. This is what I look like. Took the clown face.
Yeah, clown.
Run.
But I don't know why a clown of all things, but whatever, I guess.
Well, I mean,
But I know that
that's what he identify as. He's identified as a creepy clown.
yeah, a creepy clown that shoots water out of a hose that turns into fucking forks.
And not only that, but then he like has fire coming out of his mouth, I guess. Like he still has a smile on.
No, it was smoke.
Yeah,
He
smoke.
never fucking opens his mouth.
But
He just like
it's smoke.
shoots smoke out of his mouth.
Yeah, because he was a fire clown, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, weird, weird movie.
but he never actually like opens his mouth. He
No,
just basically mouths
it's like,
with like
he
gritted teeth.
he doesn't open his teeth, but he moves his mouth.
Yeah,
He's like run or something like that.
yeah. Yes, he was like run.
Yeah,
and you can see like the smoke puffing out through his teeth.
yeah, that's like creepy. I love that. It's so weird. It's like
It is creepy. It's
it's
like
like
really good.
it's basically the I, Mr. I moment.
That's the Mr. Hyde from fucking Page Master.
Yeah. I'm only remembering that because that was the beginning of the year where we basically just like, can you imagine like Sarah doing the whole what was the Color Bear's name?
Jeez.
Kira thing is like, I am not here. I am Kira with the stupid bear
My
mask.
name is Kira. But then I went with a whole fucking Death Note route with that one.
Yeah, but
Which I kicked myself later that I didn't fucking mention like during the podcast because it would have been fucking great.
yeah, but I did it at the beginning though, so we did get to see it.
Yeah,
So
at least that was salvaged.
yeah,
At least it wasn't a complete waste of effort.
I still love the whole I'm transforming, Justin. I can't help myself. Become
Transforming
a
Dustin.
monster and just put costume on her. It's like you're scaring me. Oh, no.
Yeah,
What, you're scaring
she
me.
was transforming, but she's just like putting on the fucking costume.
What are you doing? I'm transformed as I'm turning into a monster. You're just putting a costume on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, this is so stupid. You're scaring me.
I love it.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about everything else but this on the uh anyways. See the trophy room as they explore. Cool.
This is where I would have my yacht collection
If
if I had one.
win. Right. So they gotta go exploring this area because they're like, oh, this is kind of cool or interesting type of thing. And then Riley opens this closet and there's a dancing skeleton. He gets scared and thus dropping
Spooky, scary
his device. Huh?
Oh, I was like spooky, scary skeleton.
Exactly.
Just doing the little
It's curly dancing.
skeleton thing.
Basically, it's curly dancing. Or if you want to be like if you want to be like recent, it could be like Sans doing the jitterbug. Do, 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 do.
I know that the one of the animations that Curly does, where he does the moving his arms and
Yeah, I did
moving
that.
his feet upward
I
like that.
recently
Uh,
did that spooky scary skeleton with that movement. Spooky
that
scary
if I remember correctly, I think that was actually inspired by a really old line.
Yeah, that's from the Silly Sympathies, I think, or something like that.
It was like it was like a Vine video of like this one guy. He was like doing
Oh,
aerobics and he was doing the same thing.
yeah.
He was the watermelon guy.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
That was ancient shit.
The only reason I included that there is because they make a mention of it in the book, because apparently there's a dancing skeleton that if you look at it too much, you die. So it's just like, okay, cool, there's a dancing skeleton. So it's like, all right, he's here now. They just have a dancing skeleton in their closet. It's just,
Okay, but if you look at him too long, you'll die. Apparently,
I love it too. It's like the dancing
like,
skeleton in question is like, hey, it's Curly. It's like, hey, can't you guys get a privacy around here? Doing the floss.
hey, can the guy dance in the closet around
And
there without
privacy.
somebody watching?
Yeah.
Jeez, can the sleepy guy sleep in his buddy's cranium around there?
Yeah. Anyway, so Riley's kind of spooked. He dropped his phone because, of course, Riley's not used to scary stuff despite living in Horror Town. Because that's a good cliche. Like, what the hell? But anyways, so that happens, and they out of curiosity, she looks at the device, his gamepad and whatnot, and he finds out that to her surprise, he cheated. Oh no! How dare he cheat? Getting to this point, he's not a true gamer guy.
Right. Now I'm getting a better idea of what to make this guy look like.
Oh
I
boy,
forgot his name, but he was but he was
Billy
I don't
Mitchell.
want to get sued or nothing, but
Billy
he was an
Mitchell.
alleged cheater.
Billy Mitchell.
Yeah, Billy Mitchell, that
Oh
fucking guy, the
boy.
guy who was like parodying on fucking regular show, and he tried to sue Cartoon Network for that.
I love it too. He's a floating head. It has little hands and like little arms and legs. No.
Yeah, it was just like a big ass head.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was funny with him, but
because of that, I'm just gonna make him look like Billy Mitchell now.
okay, with the thumbs up and everything like that. Yeah. Oh God, can you imagine friends with Billy? Yeah, you know what? That works. So fuck it. He's Billy. I don't give a be Jack Black, but he's like, nah, Billy Mitchell now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gotta be
his friends wouldn't have
Mitchell.
done that. Yeah.
Instead of a kid, he'll just be Billy Mitchell.
Looking like a '90s kid. Looking like a '90s kid. Like he's undercover. It's like I'm not Billy Mitchell. I'm Riley Shiner. Yeah, that's my name.
Yeah,
Riley.
it's like that one scene in one of the Child's Play movies where Chucky was like he was trying to like hide his identity from Andy, and instead of saying Chucky, he's like, "Hi, my name is." He tried to think of a name.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Want to play? I can like
Yeah.
imagine Billy Mitchell is like that. It's like I'm Riley. Yeah.
Shiner. Yeah, that's my name. Riley Shiner. Nice to meet you. I swear to God, now I'm reminded of the how you do, fellow kids. As somebody says, how you do, fellow
How
kids.
you do, fellow kids?
He seriously heard for a grand prize, and he basically just decided to play baby games of sort. Yeah, now I love this. I love this idea with Riley now.
And he had to cheat in a fucking baby game.
Yeah, he's that wanting to get into the thing, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's great. We just learned what Wiley looks like halfway, like close to near the end of this. So whatever. So, anyways, after learning about this, Mia overhears this, and she's like, I might have an idea that might help. So, so they think they have a way to get back at him because it's like, oh, you cheated. So, no, can't do that, right? Because Mia could have won the prize, but so instead, here's the idea. They decide to go and say, why don't you stay over for dinner, right? So they have Riley go into the dining room of sorts.
Yeah.
So when they go there, he's just like, we have a very special meal for you today. It's like, oh, what are we eating? We're eating vu. Vu, I've never heard that before. Oh no, I mean you. How do you say in our language, bon appetit? Hee hee.
There's like stupid laugh again.
Hee. Yeah. That's
I'm
my
your creepy uncle.
yeah. He's Uncle Fester and Peter Lorre's in there now.
God, if Uncle Fester makes an appearance, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh God. Yeah.
I can imagine Riley just being like, "And who are you?" And then Uncle Fester's like,
I
"I'm
don't
Uncle
know.
Fester,
And I'm your uncle. I'm your what?
and I'm the creepy uncle."
Welcome to the family, kid. Despite him being an adult, but yeah. Of course he runs.
Sorry.
And
Uncle Fester being the creepy uncle. This is just funny.
yeah. He's just it's like he's not even part of the family. He's just there. It's like I just want to be here. I'm I'm just happy to be
I
here.
don't know how I got here. How did I get here?
I don't know where I got here.
I know I should have taken that right turn in Albuquerque.
Oh well, I'm here now. You're my new family. Yeah.
I don't know where my other family went. I think they left me at that bus stop.
Oh well. This place is actually kind of cool. I like it. Get eat all the bugs you want.
Check out all these weird ass bugs.
Yeah. What's funny is that when the Adams family actually moved into into HorrorTown, they'd fit in right in and have no problems with it.
Oh god, yes. They wouldn't want to leave. Like anything that like happens that would be like, destroying the world, they'll just be like, "Oh, what a beautiful day." As they see
Exactly.
like the giant fucking death machine that the mayor rides on, just shooting lasers everywhere.
Yeah, I love our mayor. Like we should make her be elected again, type of thing. What's funny about it too is that they're not monsters either, so that will confuse them. It's like, wait, you got humans actually liking this shit? Okay, right. Yeah, I'm glad we're having fun with this, despite we just kind of we're kind of doing it on the fly. So again, he runs away because he's done with it, and they have a good laugh. So out
Yeah,
of it
he's
makes
done with
sense.
creepy uncle.
Yeah, with creepy Uncle
I'm
Fester.
creepy.
With a creepy uncle with
I'm
no
going to
name.
be
Just there.
eating.
What do you think, Uncle Keith? I love this man. Yeah, God. Uncle Fester makes his first
Oh,
appearance.
can we eat me next? I taste great with barbecue sauce.
I'll be in the like he's in the soup bowl anyways. It's like I'm gonna be a for a minute.
Yeah, he's in like the fucking cauldron doing that fucking Looney Tunes hot bath
Yeah,
stick.
and he eats it. He takes a sip and like he needs more salt. Lots more salt.
If you're doing tend to cook me, here's a little advice. Pour a little lemon on my flesh. Kills in the flavor.
Yeah, exactly. I love it how your Uncle Fester does actually sound more like the one from the movie, like the 2019 movies, which I think that's what they were going
Yeah,
for. All right.
yeah, that's what I was like trying to pull off.
Yeah, which makes sense. He has that lisp thing going on with him. But I
Yeah,
don't
I got this weird lisp thing going on.
yeah,
It's like I kind of bit my tongue and I can't stand it.
yeah. What's funny about it too, I don't know why I like my Uncle Fester voice too in some weird way. It's just weird. I even showed you a clip recently with like one of the things I laughed at, which was like Margot just being in a cage.
Yeah,
Welcome to
yeah.
my beloved.
You be a naughty girl.
Hey, Margaret, your mom's here. You'll be here forever. My prized possession. You've been a bad girl, Margot. You're gonna get a spanking.
You're gonna get a spanking. That sounds even more creepy when I do it.
Exactly, because it sounds exactly like it went in the movie. I love it too in the near the end. It's just like, wow, I have people who need houses, and you have people you need houses to sell. Yeah.
I
Anyway,
have a whole lot of relatives. I need to get the fuck out of this house. You have
yeah.
a whole lot of houses that need to be sold.
We'll be great business partners and lovers. Mm.
Who's been a bad Margot?
We'll be
Someone needs a
beautiful, ugly
spanking.
children together. Uh. Anyway, so
Jeez.
get trophy. Now considered family. Yay. That's the
Fester got
salvation for
lost
it, by the
and
way.
ended up with the Shaders.
Yeah, yeah, that too, and as well as part the you know they get be honorary Shudders as well. The Laura, Selma, and Billy. It's like, oh yeah, they're part of this too. So yeah, get a trophy with it. So there's a prize of what they were supposed to get there, and they're like, well, this is kind of cool. They'll leave the mansion, and while they do that, they see Mark and Rachel. Right? They'll be like, oh hey, look, it's Mark and Rachel, the famous duo that only make video games because they're the only characters that were canon to do that. Right? So
Right.
that happened. And as they did so, they talked to them and been like, "Hey, we got this thing we wanted to do." And at that point, it's like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Oh yeah, we went to like it's interesting that you based it off of real life." It's like, "What are you talking about real life? We made it up." Oh no, did Dr. Brownstein did that thing again? Dr.
Oh,
Brownstein.
that Dr. B.
What?
Oh, jeez. Dr. B's up to his little tricks again. Oh, jeez.
I did it again. I brought them to life. 'Cause I'm evil.
I did it again. I did it again, Mark. I did some evil stuff.
I don't even remember.
What are you talking about, Dr. B?
I don't even remember.
I made Shudder Mansion real, Marty.
I don't even remember
Look, I
how.
made
I
it
just
real, Mark.
Yeah, I got real bad drunk. Don't even remember. I just did it. I think I was for
I got
revenge, but
drunk
I
real
don't know
bad,
why.
Marty.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Again, Mark. Same shit. I got real
So
drunk.
oh,
I got really drunk and I made Shudder Mansion real, Mark. Look, it's fucking real.
is Rachel just Summers then in that case, or like what who is she?
No, Rachel is just there.
Yeah, she's the only one not affected. It's like what the fuck's going on here? But yeah, the twist. They turned around to look at the mansion, and the mansion's now gone. It's not there anymore. Oh no! Oh, there's the twist. It's actually was a video game. Yay! Oh wow!
Oh, jeez, Dr. B, you said the mansion was right there? I thought it was there too. Damn, I must have been really drunk if I don't remember where it is.
I love how your Morty sounds almost like Shaggy in a sense, like Zoink Scoop. I'm the man
Like,
behind the slaughter.
like I always come back, Scoop. Like, zoinks.
Uh-oh. And of course, and then Slappy ends it. Yay, we're done. So, I'll quickly go through Mia's quest line because it's not too long, and it it's another short one, but it's called Come le Monster, which is basically becoming a monster of sorts, but in French because because Canadian, French Canadian. Oh, we. Anyways, the French Canadian Adams. Oh my God. Anyways, Curly introduces Mia. Mia meets with Lucy. Yes, introduced. At this point, I'm just like, I'm just reading
So
these.
I think it would be the quest would be pronounced as Devenir le Monstre.
Sure. Yeah. Just do
Anyway,
that.
as you were.
Yeah, I'm just reading them off now. I'm not even bothering anymore. It's like, yeah, here we go. Just quick notes. So, anyways, Mia meets Lucy. Dustin gets introduced. They go explore the mansion. Mia shows monster form. Kids run away. Curly ends it.
Damn.
You do whatever you want. Use your imagination, folks. Imagination.
Wow.
I
That was the quickest side quest ever. And I don't even fucking do those.
That speed run, baby. What did I get my time on? 5 seconds? Yes, new world record. Speed run that shit. Anyways, I do apologize, folks. I know it was all over the place. I know we were talking about like memes with Uncle Fester and other stuff, but it is what it is. But now time to get my rating. Do I get a hmm? Do I get an eh? Do I get bleh?
No, you get more of a or better yet, more of a because there were
Oh,
some
okay.
parts of it I really liked that I thought were funny.
Yeah. Mind you, it was only because we were doing other stuff to it that we were ad-libbing onto it as we were going.
Yeah, that's
But like the
true.
fact that Riley just we find out turned into actually Billy Mitchell this entire time. It's just like Billy Mitchell.
The kid that
Wait
we
a
come
minute.
across it turns out to be
Riley
actually
was
Billy
Billy
Mitchell.
this entire time. No wonder he got the high score. That son of a bitch. I thought he looked weird. I thought
That motherfucker was using a modded controller. That's how he won.
How you doing, fellow kids? I'm gonna sue you all.
Oh yeah, he just like bursts through and starts declaring lawsuits everywhere. It's like,
Yeah.
how dare you accuse me of cheating? It's like, but this
Oh
isn't
yeah, like
you. This is Riley Shiner. He's the cheater.
yes, that's the reason you're
But you
accusing me
used
of
my
being.
likeness.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this is called parody, pal. Parody.
I know. I mean, the
We're
recent
you,
controversy with
Sherlock.
him. By the way, the weird recent controversy with the other YouTuber, basically, yeah, he lost that case. What was his
Of
name?
course, because Billy Mitchell loses every fucking case he tries
No,
to
no,
throw
not
at
that.
people.
Not well, normally yes, but like the one case recently in YouTube that he actually won in was due to a it's interesting because what happened was there's a guy I think called Carl Jobs, I think was his name, and he does these speed
Right?
like these he does speed running kind of like videos, but mostly just basically people cheating and just like here's how it goes. He kind of starts his videos up at "Hello, you absolute legends." But anyways, this guy ended up getting into a lawsuit with Billy Mitchell, and people got surprised that he lost, only because the reasoning for the lawsuit happened was because he accused Billy Mitchell of potentially making this one YouTuber kill himself, which was he implying.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which wasn't the case, right? In fact, Billy even goes as far as to say, like, even the family was like, no, Billy had nothing to do with it. Because what happened was he was
That's a
currently,
whole different matter.
yeah, because what happened, long story, long story short. So what happened was with this kid was, he also went to the Billy Mitchell stuff. He was getting sued by him. And then what happened was they ended up dropping the lawsuit. So what happened was that I think they ended up paying like the like payment and whatnot was not like anything like that, but the agreement was the video he made, he basically had to give copyright to Billy. So that way, like the video had to been taken down, and then Billy owns the copyright to that video. Therefore, no one else can upload that video, and he can just copyright strike it. So that was the deal. So he's like, I won't sue you so long as you do this kind of thing. So it's just like that's what ended up happening. And the guy had lots of problems. I think he had the health issues and then family problems, and he just was in a bad place and decided to just make this one last video before he offed himself. And Carl, on this case, decided to imply that the reason he killed himself was because of the Billy lawsuit, which wasn't the case. It was other bullshit, but that's why he got sued by him because of slander, in a sense, which was what happened.
Oh, I see. I see.
And Billy even went as far as to go to Australia where this guy is, just so he can, for the lawsuit to go in place because that's what happened, like where it took. I think how it works is that wherever the crime took place is where you have to go to the law for, right? Like I think that's how it works. Like you have to go, like if a crime took
I
place.
would know. I haven't been sued before,
No, I know. I don't know. I- Again,
and I don't intend to. That's why I said I don't want to spread any fake news.
yeah, I know. But funny thing with the Billy Mitchell thing is I remember this angry video game nerd clip is just like,
Familiar with Billy Mitchell, world video game champion? He could probably do it. So I gotta find a way to harness his power, and I think I found a way.
That's right, we're gonna cheat.
I remember that.
the edit thing with the Game Genie thing because originally it was this hot sauce, but it's like I love that cut. It's like, yeah, that's right, we're gonna cheat. Thing is, okay, but the thing is with Billy is that he can do the thing he was doing, the like the kill stream stuff. He can do that just fine. Problem is he's just such a big ego back then that he decided to basically fudge things, right? Because I think what happened
Yeah.
was I think he was using a main, or he wasn't using the proper hardware for software for the cabinet he was doing it on. So because of that, they figured that he did it ill intent. So they ended up having to throw it out, and basically just it's a weird drama. It's like been years, I think, since this happened, and
I was told that or I was under the impression that he was using a modded controller on that cabinet because the controller wasn't
that was one
at
of the
all
things.
like any
Yeah,
of the other
yeah, and
controllers of the same cabinet.
I love it too because when they were doing the lawsuit for this thing, they were talking to Billy, just like, talking to him. It's just like, when it comes to control, like, what does it look like? And he goes and describes this type of thing. It's like, does it come in any colors? No. It's like anything of that sort, so like that? No. He basically just answers the question, and then later he shows the pictures. Like, can you tell me what this, like, where this is taken from? That's not the cabinet I played on. It's like immediately. It's like, but it's like they immediately caught him. It's just like I love when lawyers do that, where they're just kind of making the person telling the truth, and then immediately just like, yep, well, you fucked yourself over there, buddy. But yeah, anyways, that was, I guess that's the episode roughly, because I don't think there's anything else right now.
Yeah, we've mostly been talking about Creepy Fester, drama, and Billy Mitchell.
Yeah. And because of that, this saved this update, I guess. This Slappy Summer. Hopefully you enjoyed the Slappy Summer. We might bring this back next, and we most likely will bring this back next year. But yeah, now it's back to
Hopefully with more enthusiasm, much
boring.
like my Night Howler one.
No, the Night Howler. I love the Night Howler one. That mine, not so much. I
Which is
mean,
why I said that hopefully next time we have more enthusiasm.
yeah, partially too is because I'm working on other things on the channel right now. Again, once it's announced, it's like you go, "Ah, makes sense." That's all my creativity went. It went to things that were more productive and more financially beneficial. Let's put it that way. But yeah.
In the long run.
In the long run, hopefully, yeah. This is more of a we do this for funsies, but it's like I want some money back, basically. I want something back out of this. So it's investments. This is just doing it for free. Things that we're giving how many episodes? We've been like 19, 20 episodes already in this podcast, and yet they don't do any of the updates or any ideas. So it's like, what a waste.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of shit.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's whatever. All right, so I guess now
I mean,
time.
kind of hurts my feelings a little.
Wait, what do you mean hurt your feelings? What happened now?
No, I say it kind of hurts my feelings a little.
Yeah, I know, especially your artwork and stuff. It's so cool. They
Well,
don't
I know
do
that my
any
work
of
gets
it.
featured like here and there, like like on rare occasions, but like to
Yeah,
have like one of our ideas, like your idea for fucking the shop till you drop was featured.
yeah, that was because of a special incident that happened. That was like uh, the right timing and everything like that. Just it was just a amalgamation of sorts. So yeah. I'm glad that at least
Yeah,
I did something there. So, and I'm hopeful people like that update. I think I heard people did, but I don't know for sure. They liked some of the items though, but I talked too much of that update already. I think we did that last season too. So, but anyways, I guess now we're gonna move on to our next update, which is actually gonna be partially, I think, another sequel bait of sorts, kind of continuation from where we last left off, maybe?
yes, the continuation of the comic book saga.
Here's your meme.
Out a bug sign every few minutes, cause if I don't,
I'll go crazy.
I love that. Like I've binged the entirety of Larkin Son because it was so fucking ridiculous. Like it's
Yeah,
ridiculous in a good way because you just indulge yourself in so much nonsense.
Yeah, the episodes are just funny there. It's just like there's a lot of good quotes from that too. One of the
Oh yeah.
funny okay, so one of the ones that most people will probably know from Blark and Son is there's a meme that came around with it, which is like there's this one problem with that plan. And what's that, Blark? I'm already gone. He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn walls. So that one is like the one that most people know because that's been memed on a bunch. But I know a lot of other ones.
Yeah, I remember that being like a reference to Eight-Legged Freaks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the banana the banana thing kind of situation. But um, the other weird thing about it too that I remember was funny was when his neighbor comes by and his mom comes to visit at one point.
Oh
So
yeah.
so he's like, because
I think
Son's
the
not
neighbor's
here
name
in
was
this
Leslie.
episode. It's like, Son, it's like, first of all, Blark, I am not your son, even though you're going after my mom. That's a whole different thing. Son! Fine! Fine! What do you want? Yeah, yeah. I just love that. Yeah.
Clark and Son.
Yeah, for that
I wish
particular
they did more episodes though.
With that particular episode, if I remember correctly, it was when he wanted to like he basically was dating a friend of his, but then they broke up and they wanted to try to get back to like not get back together, but try to become friends again because after the whole awkwardness of it. But because of it,
Yeah.
they ate something, and because of it, they're like, I can't move. If I do, I'm gonna poop in my pooper. It's like that it's like we have few seconds before my dad comes bursting in that door. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull the trigger. It's just been 5 minutes. Are you done? Yes. Good. Now, do you have any threes? Go fist. Motherfucker. And it turns out he does have it, but he didn't even see the line. Yeah, that show's fun, but yeah, there's like you probably already know what it is, but you know that was just one of the weird things we wanted to put in there. But yeah, that's our episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I've been Grim,
And I've been Moist Critical. That's about it. See ya.
and that would be a wrap. This blank has been crazy.
The situation has been crazy.
You can say that again.